you touch my tra-la-la. My ding-ding-dong. Oh, you touch my tra-la-la. Touch my tra-la-la.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I sure hope you can hear me because we are live.
Only pre-show that has such a small base of interest that people might actually watch this. We are the pre-show for the YouTube Saints. Be sure to check out Jeff Holiday and Nick Goroff, aka Wizard of Cause. After this show, they will be hosting on YouTube Saints. There's a link in the description, or at least there should be. So yeah, let's just get into the news right now.
Let's just get right into the news, which I should never do that again. Never,
yeah,
never
let's
again.
Jump right into it. Yeah, we're done.
Never again until I do it next week, over and over again. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and cut us right over to our first little, you know, thing.
Mm-hmm. And what would that
Don't worry. I'm on my way. You need to entertain them now.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, we're not going to talk about anything serious like some guns going off near some children or anything like that. We're not gonna get into that tonight. Don't worry. We're gonna talk about some fun shit, some weird type of headlines that we saw this week, or more appropriately, I saw this week.
So right away, I think what we're gonna do is just go ahead and play this video for you and let you make of it what you will, and then we'll jump into the rest of the story because it seems to just kind of get stranger. If, of course, I know what the hell I'm doing, which I definitely don't.
Yeah, it's only episode 3, guys. You can give us a break.
Powerful earthquake hitting Mexico, buildings seen swaying.
And we're playing.
ABC's Kana Whitworth with the images coming in at this hour.
Tonight, the powerful 7.2 earthquake sent people scrambling into the streets, dust filling the air. Inside buildings, overhead lights swaying, people bracing for safety. The warning sirens blaring in the streets and on television. Initial reports of some damage. This after that devastating 7.1 quake that rocked the capital of Mexico City, killing hundreds and leveling countless structures. Tonight, the worry that aftershocks could be on the way. Tina Whitworth, ABC News, Los Angeles.
So this
Factory
is
rebates up to
oh
65%
God, no! The ads are more unfortunate than any earthquake. Holy shit! I am so sorry.
Well, yeah, I also apologize because this is fucking bullshit.
Now, of course, I'm going to scroll up here, so hopefully we can see the headline here. 7.2 magnitude earthquake rocks Mexico. 2 killed in chopper crash. This is what really drew us to this article. How did this chopper crash happen? And as we dig in, it gets stranger and stranger. So we can go through here and we see this was in the state of Oaxaca. And the U.S. Geological Survey, for some reason, has something to do with this other than, you know, Mexico. I'd expect the Mexican Geological Survey. Don't ask me questions about them. I don't know enough. However...
Hold on. Can we talk about this headline for a minute?
Oh, we can. Go for it. Please go.
Because the headline is a 7.2 earthquake. 2 people die in a chopper crash. So, how the fuck does an earthquake affect a helicopter? That is my biggest question here.
Now, it's a good question. Now, I would personally say if The Rock is piloting the said helicopter, then the way the earthquake affects The Rock is by attempting to murder his family. And then we get in, you know, like this crazy action movie, and it's called San Andreas, and it makes no goddamn sense, but it was fun to watch anyway, because The Rock is in it.
That I totally avoided because it was just Fast and Furious, but with earthquakes.
Wait, no. If the Fast and Furious with earthquakes happened, where like people were racing earthquakes, I would watch that. That would be incredible.
Trying to fight against the waves that go through the streets. Yeah. Okay.
It's time to turbocharge this earthquake. We're gonna turn it up to an 11 on the Richter scale. Oh god, I want that movie. I want it so bad.
Oh,
why do you do this to me, Jables?
No.
Making me
that movie's existence would no.
You just exposed me to an idea. I didn't know I wanted this before, but now it is on the long list of things that I want and don't have. How could you?
You don't want it. You don't want it because, okay, in theory, fucking hilarious. Could potentially be a good movie. But you know, deep down in your heart, any way that it's portrayed is going to be fucking garbage.
I know deep down in my heart that hot flaming pile of garbage will bring me a great amount of joy as it burns and warms my heart.
I would rather a movie like Volcano.
There is a movie called Airplane vs. Volcano, and it is terrible.
Good.
I'm so glad I was very drunk when I
later
watched
tonight.
it. Oh, I'm down. That movie's hilarious. So, here's the
Jack's
important...
Living Hurricane Heist is not best movie. Get fucked. Sorry.
Sounds like we're having a bit of a fight. So,
sorry, I'm looking at the chat.
No, please, look at the chat. I can't see you guys, so please talk behind my back. And then Jables will tell me what's going on. But he won't tell me accurately, so I'll get a different idea of what's going on, and then I will yell at you for something you never did. But...
This could be fun.
Yeah, so Oaxacan Governor Alejandro Murat, and I'm probably pronouncing that completely wrong, crash-landed while surveying the damage. This is while in a military helicopter. So we've got 2 people flying in a helicopter, watching the ground. After the earthquake, the helicopter crashes, the governor lives, but 2 people on the ground are killed.
Yeah.
What the hell is going on in Mexico?
Also, doesn't seem like there were any deaths from the earthquake itself. That seems to be the only deaths that took toll.
Yeah, it's just these 2 people got injured by a falling helicopter. I have to admit, this sounds like a very elaborate botched assassination attempt on this particular governor, where, like, I don't know,
This sounds like how I would kill some people in GTA is just crash a helicopter into them.
This sounds like how a cartel might, I don't know, do something to do what the cartels do. I don't know, because the thing is, when you hear about assassination attempts in Mexico done by the cartels, it's usually not an attempt, it's usually a success, and you usually only hear about it after the body's been, like, stripped and, like, hung off of a goddamn, you know...
Well, Don't get me
Highway.
wrong.
That's the word. Highway.
People generally only count the hits, and they just negate the misses. So
this is fair. This is fair. Either way, apparently, if you are living in Mexico, in addition to the flying bullets and the flying flu and the flying earthquakes, you now have to worry about flying helicopters as a source of your untimely demise. Though, I guess these two... Oh, no, they did die. They were injured and then died. Tragic. Either way, the headline is just... It's beautiful. If they would put a semicolon there, it would just be like, look at the interesting things that have happened. You know, in Mexico today, we got a 7.2 magnitude earthquakes, and 2 people died in a completely unrelated chopper crash. I don't know why you would write it that way, but I would write it that way.
Yeah, it's a headline itself that made me laugh. It's like, how does an earthquake affect a helicopter?
Again, if The Rock is piloting it, it does so by threatening his family. Ideally threatening his family with a knife. That would be an awesome movie. All right, so to the next piece of news that we've got.
No, hold on.
Oh,
Jeff Holiday has a comment.
Jeff Holiday
says, if I go to Mexico, I just want dicks flying everywhere. And so would I.
Oh, baby. That could be really fun. You know, I am going to pop out the chat so I can see what the hell you guys are up to.
You don't want to see it.
I don't know about that.
Let me have this enjoyment of me just dictating it to you.
I didn't say I was going to watch it. I just have it popped out. All right, next one up.
All right.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
This is the one about this is about the Mormons, right?
Well, yeah, it's about the Mormons. And, you know, someday I will figure out a much better way to do this. Jeff, teach me your ways someday, but not right now, because right now I need to fail.
Gotta suck his dick a bit.
The flag is ripped down and replaced with an ISIS flag outside a Utah high school.
All right, so this article that we're bringing up,
we're just playing the video first. We're just playing the video first.
Spray painted on the side of the school. A neighbor living across the street couldn't believe his eyes.
7 seconds.
That flag represents our country. I just can't imagine anybody wanting to do anything to that flag.
The FBI says the incident was not carried out by someone in the terror group. The suspect is still unknown.
So I find this a little bit amusing, and hopefully... No, don't start the next video, Fox. I will end you. Okay, good. No, don't you do it! Okay, we're good. So, I find this whole story rather amusing, particularly for that man there who said, I can't imagine anyone wanting to do anything to that flag.
Get in for lunch
Oh,
now.
God, I will end you. I will end you. You know what? I'm going to just scroll down here so that we... Yeah, okay. No! Go away! You may have noticed I hate advertisements with a burning, fiery, passionate rage. You'd wonder why I don't have ad block, because I'm lazy. But this man says, I can't imagine anyone ever wanting to do anything to that flag, and which surprises me, because let's be honest, all true Americans, all true patriots, you know, wear the Stars and Stripes somewhere. In fact, I'm wearing a very patriotic thong right now. You can't see it, but it's there.
Well, we bought matching thongs a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, so, he has the stars, I have the stripes. It's great.
It's because I got the better looking starfish. That's anyways, yeah. So one thing that I do have to say is, like, one of the most American things you can actually do is burning the flag, because it's generally in protest, and that's a very American, very free speech thing to do. However, this flag was replaced with another flag.
It was unfortunately replaced by an ISIS flag, which it really surprises me that this happened in Utah. It seems like the least obvious place for it to happen, and I have a sneaking suspicion that it's going to turn out that somebody went and, how do I put this, wanted to believe that there was a very present threat in Utah to, you know, a sort of more, you know, conservative and traditional way of life. Again, in Utah. And so they went and tried to convince all their friends of this by going and pretending to... The point is, I'm saying somebody probably faked this and went ahead and did it themselves to say, look, guys, bad people are really out there. It's terrible. In Utah!
Yeah, it's a troll or not a troll effect. That's for sure.
So let's see if we can dig through this article and find anything interesting here. First off, the American flag was left shredded at the scene. The words "ISIS is commie." Commie. Oh.
Yeah, guys.
Commie?
People,
what does this
Yeah.
mean? But had been spray painted on the walls, or on a wall on the school's east side. And I feel like we could, you know, really unpack that. And, you know, the symbolism of the school's east side as opposed to the west side having something to do with the dawning morning, you know, as the sun comes up. But I don't really feel like doing the Peterson impression too far, because I'm a little sick today.
And you're bad at it.
Hey, the impression is bad. The voice is not good. But
Yeah, where's Nick when you need him? Jesus Christ.
what I'm going to need to do is, like, feed Nick a script for these things, because, my God, I just... some of the people in the chat here heard me do some of this free association shit, just, like, explain blank as Jordan Peterson would, and it got fun as hell. I don't even know half of what I said. I get to turn my brain off and let the mouth do the talking. It's entertaining. But to follow up just the last paragraph here, because you can get away with this in news stories, right? Read the first and last paragraphs. Based on the information received from the FBI, we do not believe this act is perpetrated by someone linked to the Islamic State, Hurricane PD said in a statement. This investigation is ongoing, and investigators will continue to follow up on leads. I would love to see those leads, but it turns out that ISIS isn't actually in Utah, by all likelihood. What a shock.
Hold on, is there... Did this take place in a town called Hurricane?
This took place in a town called Hurricane, Utah, and if that is not a natural disaster movie in the next year, I'm going to be upset.
Well, here I am, rock you like a hurricane. Alright.
No, Hurricane you like The Rock, because The Rock's going to be in this hypothetical movie, wherein a hurricane fights an earthquake for the possession of The Rock's family, all the while he tries to defeat the natural disaster mafia, which is led by a volcano. Fuck it, I'm writing this script.
He also tries to steal a bunch of NOS for all of his cars.
No, he doesn't do that. Nicolas Cage does that for him while pretending to be John Travolta. This movie's happening.
There's going to be some fun shit done with deep fakes over the next few years.
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah, like, what were we talking about the other day? Chat, remind me. We were talking about somebody being put in deep fakes. Oh, Sam Hyde. He's going to be put in a bunch of deep fakes involving every single video about any type of shooting. Never mind. Let's go on.
Well, right before we go on, there was something in my head, and I'm trying to remember exactly. Oh yeah, deepfakes. Speaking of deepfakes, I'm surprised that we haven't seen anyone talk about the implications of taking an actor and, you know, scanning all their stuff and then recording voice lines and then synthesizing most of their voice and then putting them into a movie without them being there. Oh, wait! Someone has talked about this! It was BoJack Horseman! BoJack Horseman predicted the damn future.
Well, little do you know, I don't remember who is doing it, but there is a guy currently going through and putting Nicolas Cage into just about every single movie.
I want to see Nicolas Cage replace Anakin Skywalker in all the Star Wars movies and just watch it be incredible. And I am counting the original trilogy here. I want to see a Nicolas Cage voice Darth Vader.
People are... Okay, so who's the guy that's, chat, let me know. Who's the guy that's replacing Nicolas Cage in just a shit ton of movies? You gotta let me know. Because I was curious about this. We were talking about this earlier today.
Well, while the chat is just being completely useless. I mean, there's a delay. They'll figure it out, but I'm assuming they're useless because it's entirely their fault. Let's kick up to our next story.
Says chat. Alright.
Now, before we say anything, what you can see right now is William Shatner in front of a microphone. And this could mean many, many, many things. But
however, I do have to say, I grew up on the Star Trek series. I'm a huge Trekker. That's fine. You can call me a Trekkie if you want. But I mostly Trekkie has become derogatory in a lot of circles. So Trekkie is fine. I mostly grew up on the Next Generation though, not necessarily original series. However, I am now remembering a video that I should have sent to Waffle before we started this.
Send it now. We could shoehorn this shit in there. So this thing, I'm going to just tell you what's on my screen right now. Now I have some of the headline cut off, but I'm going to give you what little of the headline I can see, and then the first line of the article. The last 3 words of the headline are music record label. So this is not a voice acting gig. This is apparently a music thing. So William Shatner's going to sing. It gets better, though. First lines, Captain Kirk is getting into the country music business. That's right. William Shatner signs with a country music record label. Oh,
fuck yeah. All right. Keep in mind, William Shatner actually has 8 albums already.
Now, I have to ask, were these popular in Germany? Because if so, then he is the next David Hasselhoff, despite, I think, being the same age as David Hasselhoff.
Well, if anything, it would be Leonard Nimoy is really the popular one when it comes to music, which is a link that I'm going to send to you real soon.
I have actually seen that video. That he has a song, but also, for those who are familiar with Bruno Mars, and was it Bruno Mars who did the Lazy song? I think it was Bruno Mars. Either way, there is an alternate music video of that where it's just Leonard Nimoy being an angry old man wandering around in a bathrobe and just not giving a fuck. Worth a watch if you.
Oh, this is much better. But anyways, we can get to that after this article. So William Shatner is signing with the music label. We aren't entirely sure what he's going to be doing.
Well, apparently country music, but he signed with Heartland Records Nashville.
Supposedly country music.
Also, it is, according to him, a very special project that will be released later this year. If you can't hear the air quotes, they are there.
Yes, so we can expect to see this before 2019. And if you guys don't know much about William Shatner, you should check out his Twitter. He's gotten full shitlord. He's trolling on 4chan. He's doing a bunch of shit. And it's fucking hilarious.
He is absolutely one of us. One of the lovely things about William Shatner is that the man is 86 years old. He has realized that he does not give a fuck, so he will go out, troll, shitpost on Twitter, start making country music when he's 86 because he could retire on his money, but he doesn't feel like it.
And it's because he's got the mad cow.
The mad cow disease. Does he really?
Mad cow. No, Boston Legal. Anybody that's seen Boston Legal, give me a piece up.
I'm hurting inside that I didn't get that. Boston Legal is fantastic.
Yeah.
Though for some reason, whenever someone says Boston Legal, I think James Spader, not William Shatner.
Well, it doesn't matter. I still made the reference. Get fucked.
Yeah, okay.
I need to quit saying that. All right.
So, not too much to say about this. This is pretty self-explanatory. It's just Shatner. Shatner doing Shatner.
I'm curious about this. I think we should test a rabbit of quote-unquote legally obtained music from this once it's released.
I think we will absolutely do that for those of you who are going to be our die-hard fans that make us into a cult following. So, in other words, our cultists. We will definitely do a special show the week of that release where we just go through and really get into and critique and just really get immersed in William Shatner's country music album. I think that sounds like a plan.
No, I just heard him do Bohemian Rhapsody the other day. I don't know, man.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you telling me that this is going to hurt you deeply on, a spiritual level? Because if so, then we're doing it.
Fine.
Yep.
Okay.
No, that's happening. Anyway.
Do it for the vine. All right.
And then, to get this next article set up.
So this next article is possibly the funniest article that I've seen all week.
So, I'm just going to give you the image here. And I'm wondering what you guys think this might be. So it's like we've got a plan. It says transavia.com, or plan or a plane, or maybe a plane with a plan. Anyway. And, okay, maybe this is another one that got lost off the coast of Malaysia somewhere. It's just at the bottom of the ocean. Everyone's dead. No one knows what's going on. Or maybe this is another one that was landed in the Hudson. Or maybe we have yet another airline following in the tradition of many airlines of beating the shit out of their passengers and then throwing them off a plane. But this one...
Only if they're Asian.
Only if they're Asian? Well, I mean, who knows? Who knows where this thing is from? But I'm going to scroll up here, and I will note that we have yet another story from Fox News, and I'm swiftly realizing that Fox News, while maybe not the most reliable source for news, is an incredibly reliable source for entertainment.
Yes. Yes, it is.
So as you can see,
they've had
partially,
the best headlines all week. That's for damn sure.
as you could partially see here, fight over man's flatulence forces flight to make emergency landing. Not man's flatulence forces the flight to make emergency landing. I can imagine someone just, bombing that plane, and then everyone being in there just like, man, we gotta land this, we gotta air it out, we can't crack a window this high up, we gotta land, we just have to do it. I can imagine that happening, but this is apparently worse. For example, so as we get into the article, we see a pilot made an emergency landing after a fight broke out over a passenger who allegedly refused to stop passing gas. Two Dutchmen sitting next to the flatulent passenger reportedly asked the man to stop, but he refused and continued to break wind aboard the Transavia Airlines flight from Dubai to Amsterdam.
Okay, so this is really funny to me because somebody's shit stinks so fucking bad that a fight broke out on an airplane. I knew Outcast was right.
Wait, so that's the funny part to you. Because what's funny to me is that you've got a guy sitting next to two Dutchmen, and I don't know why it's important that they're Dutch, but they are quite literally flying Dutchmen, and I love that. So you've got these two pirate ships sitting next to this guy, going, "All right, you need to stop farting." And I'm trying to wonder how he responded with just kind of like a hands up. I can't. I'm sorry. I had non-dairy creamer today. It's not my fault. Or no, I'm not gonna stop. I'll never stop. I'll never stop as long as you live. You're just going to have to deal with this. This is your hell. This is how this is going. Now, it could be either one. I personally like to think that it was the latter, and that he did so because he was trying to kind of double down there, where it's like, I can't stop, but I don't want them to know that I can't stop, so I'm going to tell them that I won't stop, so it's all my choice. I have all the power here. And then he didn't bargain on two mythical, ghost pirate ships beating the ever-loving shit out of him and then forcing the plane to land.
All right, and another funny bit about this is that this airline is called SpiceJet.
Wait, it's called SpiceJet?
Yeah. Yeah, SpiceJet flight diverted due to a horrible stench wafting from the bathroom. That's a sub-headline. Don't eat spicy food before you go on airplanes, guys. Just don't do it. I know.
I'm gonna play this little Twitter video. I'm curious now.
Oh, jeez. Are you really?
No, we gotta watch this. Oh, it's only 11 seconds. Nothing happened. That's awful. I'm gonna mute it. We don't care. So, police boarded the plane once it landed and removed two women and two men that the pilot reported as passengers on the rampage. Holy shit! Apparently,
just over a little poo-poo smell.
Apparently, the women that were removed from the flight claims that they were taking the airline to court because they apparently weren't involved in the fight, and one of them called the removal humiliating. Honestly, that sounds... I don't think there's a truer statement that's been said. Being taken off of a plane for either getting into a fight with someone based on the fact that they were farting too much, or getting accused of getting into a fight with somebody for farting too much while not being involved and thrown off the plane anyway. Those are both just absolutely... Holy shit. I can't believe this.
So, the big question is, did they offer spicy meals on SpiceJet?
Does SpiceJet have you give your meat a good old rub? Some hot, spicy meat? Yeah, boy.
I got some spicy memes. I know that, but...
So does Ainsley. Oh. So, all 4 passengers were released from police custody without being charged, but they have all been banned from flying Transavia Airlines in the future. And according to, I'm guessing, a spokesman, our crew must ensure a safe flight. When passengers pose risks, they immediately intervene. Our people are trained for that. They know very well where the boundaries are. Transavia is therefore square behind the cabin crew and the pilots, the airliner said in a statement. So, I think what we have learned is, if you're going to go fly, you're going to be on a plane for a few hours, skip the non-dairy creamer, drink the coffee black, let it be, don't get thrown off a plane because you can't control your ass gas.
Well, black coffee is actually a diuretic, so skip to black coffee.
Oh, black coffee's fine. You'll just be getting up and pissing constantly, but you will at least control your ass gas.
Maybe. No, it's a diuretic. It makes you shit, dude.
Diuretics make you piss.
Diuretics also make you shit sometimes. So,
Anyways,
anyways.
you eat wrong.
Which I do on like daily.
That's a mistake. I'm so sorry. You shouldn't do that. That's terrible. You know what? Maybe
I know.
You know what you should do? You should. I think Jeff can actually tell us a bit here. You know, tell us maybe what Hemlock Moonwolf would say. But I think that if you're having that problem, it's that things are out of balance and you need to reverse something. By which I mean, take a coffee enema.
Coffee enema. I've been working on taking some jelly juice lately. So I'm getting great waterfalls and like really cleaning myself out lately. So.
I'm so sorry I opened up this fucking doorway. I'm gonna go ahead and move us to the other side of this and bring in our guests for the week.
Yeah. Oh, our two guests.
And
right now, what we're gonna do is we're going to move into as cringy as some of you may think it is. We're gonna move into Kekistani politics, and we're gonna talk about the.
I'm sorry, but you might have gotten cut off a little bit there, my friend James.
We were.
But
yes.
they're popping in now, hopefully. I don't know if they're here. Can we hear them? Can they hear us?
I can hear
Of course you can hear me.
Yeah.
Well,
all right.
I don't want to hear
Welcome
him
back.
because he's from that side of the table. I don't know.
Bitch, what?
As you can see, this here discussion about what's the word? Kekistani politics has already become heated. Jables, I'm gonna leave this one to you. Have fun.
Oh, okay. So, to start off, I want Squigums or Maxwell, either one of you, possibly Squigums. He's kind of been the leader of the Trapistan movement.
Let's see here. We both came up at the same time. I just kind of fell with it because I was in a drunk stupor. But it's I'll give you I'll give you the 3 words on how this shit even began. It is danger, mouse, opening. That's it.
Yes. We went over this last time you two were on, I think.
I have a question though, right? I was drinking that night as well. How the fuck did we get it from Danger Mouse? I mean, what was the correlation? What happened?
I do not remember. God,
Okay.
I think it was like we were joking, saying like, oh, we should do is just like start like hailing Queen Blair as the Trap Queen, or some shit like
Something
that.
like that, yeah.
But it was something really fucking weird.
Yeah. So essentially, Trapistan wanted to create its own nation state, separate from all other nations involved within our group.
Yeah, it was very interesting to say the least. But
what was the point of Trapistan?
to literally take the piss out of Kekistan, because you know, I'm sorry to say, but the Kekistan meme got pretty fucking old to us.
So, as somebody who has a little bit of background in waste management and toxin movement and pollution control, where did you put all that piss?
I did is that I removed it. I did, and then I put it through some filters, and then I put it back inside me in an enema. You know, I need to recycle. You know.
Well, I don't know. That piss is stored in the balls. So
No, it's stored in the bladder, which I had to shove the enema straight up to my bladder through my urethra, so therefore I can recycle. Because I got to do parts for the environment.
Okay, as much as we've been, you know, joking around and everything, I think I understand how Brad feels when I do horrible, horrible manglings of sports, because that just hurt me.
Yeah.
Okay, not knowing much lost. There you go.
This is annoying me now. We used to know what the fuck we were doing, but it's like...
Yeah, well, I thought Trapistan was about seizing the means of productions of traps.
Oh!
Like,
yes, we're all...
there we fucking go. Squigums, you're the fucking leader, and I know this shit better than you do. God
yeah! I made this out of like a fucking 12 case of Yingling. I have no idea what the fuck happened at that point. I just accepted.
We talked about this for like 3 fucking months.
I don't even remember what the fuck I had for breakfast. You think I'm gonna
We
fucking
made a
remember this?
So, to hopefully get us all on the same page here, I went ahead and pulled up the Danger Mouse opening on a My Circle link, which you two should now have in the chat there if you'd like to hop in.
Uh-huh.
I see 3 users. I do not see 4.
I think
I
I'm
see 4
in.
users. So
I mean,
Alright, I'm going to go ahead and hit play on this because I want to know what the hell you guys are talking about.
He's the greatest. He's fantastic. Wherever there is danger, he'll be there. He's the ace. He's amazing. He's the strongest. He's the quickest. He's the best. Danger Mouse. Danger Mouse. Danger Mouse.
truly the stuff of legend.
Absolutely, but I have no idea where you got Trapistan from this.
Wait, I think I'm starting to remember what happened. Was me and Maxwell were taking the piss because I said Secret Squirrel was better. We started arguing, and I said, yeah, but Secret Squirrel might actually be a secret trap, if I remember correctly, and that it just leads like trap me, and that it just led to trap memes. And like, we must seize the memes of traps, just to be like a whole fuck, because you know traps are gay and shit like that, and just like that stupid shit. And then it just ended up like, wait, what if there is an entire section of Kekistan just devoted to traps? It just led to like one snowball after another, which was the greatest raid on YouTube Saints history.
Yes.
Yes.
It was beautiful. I'm still very anti-Trapistan.
I know you are. I know you are, and you're entitled to your wrong opinion.
I mean, I don't know how many super chats said "Viva la Trapistan."
My wrong opinion. I think you got that. I think you got that.
We was traps and shit. Got that? Oh my god! Yeah, the Trapistan. Well, I was gonna say the Trapistan meme just kind of died off because we got bored after a while, after like a week of posting nothing but trap memes.
Yeah.
We started forced it, and then just kind of let Oh wait, no, I'm looking at the chat.
Well, we also spent.
Well, hold on. Our correspondent Squigs wants to say something about Trapistan in the chat. I want to hear what he's talking about.
No. Mido, somebody in the chat, Mido basically said "Viva la Trapistan," and I just saw this fucker. God damn it, this guy fucking follows me around. Fuck.
He's following you around.
This sounds like there's a
33.
story here. That's you.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
You didn't get me. I've known about that.
I know. I just wanted to get everybody else. I'm bored.
I mean, although it is rather unusual how like the entire like Discord just like took to it like, well, ducks to water really sort of thing. It's like it almost requires very little to get us going, or is that just me?
Well, we're all just a bunch of functioning alcoholics. You're gonna get us anything to get us drunk.
It's definitely not just you, Max. What I've noticed with the Discord is that we tend to, or really any group of people, the memes move through the culture, you know, like a firestorm, and they leave nothing in their wake until the next meme comes through and does so. And so with this whole thing, we had Kekistan, then we had Trapistan, then I don't know what happened next. I think it might have been Animerica or something like that.
Wait, guys,
we
I fucked up. I fucked up.
Okay.
A source of mine who was there actually said what it was. Okay, this is how we fucked up royally. Okay. Now I remember, it was that with Danger Mass we were talking about his speech in Richard Spencer's speech on Israel as an ethno-state in Florida. And then we started shit, calling him wanting to trap ethno-state. No, fuck it. Thank you to my anonymous man. I will not say because I don't want to give him the credit. But let's just say he's a Discordian as well, or Lesser Saints of Discord. He said his apparently as we just started talking about trap ethno-states, we just come up with the Trapistan because it sounded like Kekistan and just led to the whole snowball that is that shit. You know, I forgot how it was.
Yeah, well, didn't we spend like good like 2 or 3 months sorting out all the
borders and affiliations?
Yeah, we have an entire map already like set up. Like we already have We have south. We have the plains of the alt-right or something like that. We also have the shores of the ANCAPs.
Now, my understanding is that that map needed to be updated a bit after, well, some things happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, pizza stand recently started.
Well, that was created because Lilavania, I think that's her name. Basically, got pissy. Yeah, Liviana. Basically, got pissy when I said that that pineapple on pizza is basically a sin unto man itself.
Yeah, Squigs, that's something that you and I can agree on.
You're both fucking heretics. I'd just like to point that out.
You haven't had real pizza. You're a fucking blimey.
That's not how any of that works, Squigs.
You come in my area. You get some real pizza. All right, I can show you some real pizza. You gotta have to do with the hand movement.
He's closer to Italy.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead.
City.
No, Squigs.
That's a real pizza.
Squigs, I'm gonna have to shit on you here. Have you ever been to Pepe's Pizza in Connecticut?
Wait, there's a Pepe's Pizza?
There is a Pepe's Pizza. If you have not been to Pepe's Pizza, then you have not had real pizza.
Hashtag Pizzagate.
I've had pizza in New York. I've had pizza in Italy. I've had pizza all over the East Coast, all over the West Coast. I've had pizza all over the place. And Pepe's Pizza is still the best pizza I've ever had.
I gotta try that.
I've had pizza in the goddamn Vatican, and it was still not as holy as this pizza.
Well, it's a Catholic Church. You really think it's that holy?
And that
they might have blessed it.
Pizza, dude. That's less pizza.
And what if it's a donut pizza? What about then? Like that's see what you do with a donut pizza is you actually put it around somebody's face and then you like lock them in place so they have to eat their way out just in a circle. I don't know if that's actually a thing, but I want to do that now.
Although with the accusation of me not knowing pizza, not to blow my own trumpet. Ooh, that sounds kinky. But I did actually work for a Sardinian for 2 years, so I know one or two things about pizza.
I think we can unite us all under one banner here with a particular issue. You know, turn ourselves into single-issue voters here. I think we can all agree that banana on pizza is an abomination.
Oh yeah.
Wait, you've tried that?
Why would you even think about doing such a thing?
Don't ask, Max. It's a thing. Just don't ask.
We're very serious people. We like to experiment in terms of flavors.
Yeah,
it's like
but
watermelon in Canada, it just doesn't exist.
I mean, you don't cook banana. You mix banana into things. You don't cook banana into things. It's kind of the rules.
Unless you make some banana chips.
No, you're thinking of fried plantain chips, which are really good.
No, I'm talking about dehydrated banana slices.
That's what I mean. Plantain chips. That's basically you get dehydrated plantains. You fry it up a little bit. You add a little bit of cinnamon to it, and it's really good.
Yeah, alright.
Yeah, I was not kidding when I said that there's banana pizza. The stream can see it right now.
We're about pizza at this point.
No, hold on a moment. The stream can probably see this right now. But yes, banana on pizza is unfortunately a thing. It hurts me very, very badly. I wanted to just pull it up so that the stream could see. Just gaze on it.
I'm gonna quit the show.
I don't want to live
do that,
anymore.
Jables. Then I'd have to do everything myself. No.
I could be your host.
No.
It's not like I can be the host or anything. No.
I'm rethinking this whole making myself a name on the internet after seeing that.
Yeah, it's.
Can I show you something that might restore your faith in humanity?
Please.
All right, let me see if this is the right video. I think it is.
That's what you hear it.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's Chivalry Medieval Warfare. Just enjoy it.
Which one is it?
Just watch.
Oh god.
Aren't you supposed to show the audience this?
No,
the man comes at you with a sword. Punch him.
The song by Leonard Nimoy that I sent you gives me more faith in humanity than that.
Oh, actually, I was still thinking of I was still thinking of the William Shatner, and all I just want right now, all I'm thinking about is William Shatner doing his like Rocket Man, but instead just doing Danger Zone.
I would like to note. Hold on a moment. I'd like to note that Batman's Pet Goldfish has confirmed for me that Pepe's Pizza is indeed the best pizza, and there's one in Yonkers now.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Actually, I mean, you do realize that pizza is its greatest when you make it your fucking self.
Pizza's like sex. When it's good, it's great. When it's bad, it's still pretty good.
How can you make yourself
hold on.
If
Squigs, the fact that you tell me that.
Then why are sandwiches better when somebody else makes them for you?
I think it's more of like the shape of women's hands that really make it better. Like it's.
There's actually a scientific reason behind it, but I was just curious what you guys have to say.
I have words to say, but I'm not going to say them. Squigs, the fact that you think that sex is when it's good, and when it's bad, it's still pretty good, tells me that you have never had bad sex, which is good for you.
That is true.
I'm glad that is an experience that you have not had to experience. It's not pleasant.
Hey, congratulations, Squigs.
Wait, there's such.
Yeah, what did you fuck a Starlight pet?
You know, I would never be so petty to refer to my ex that way, ever. I definitely would never call her that.
It's probably a Starlight pet. Got it.
No, it's you know, I might have to side with Squigs on that one now that I think about it.
In any case, I do have the Leonard Nimoy song, so if our two expert correspondents would be ready to watch and comment on this, and yes, this is going out over stream.
Okay, is this the part where I need to start being scared?
No, this is the part where you need to be ready for Leonard Nimoy.
I have some comments about this. There's a point in this video where there's just like underwear and clothes flying up in the air when a bunch of people are behind a rock.
Sounds hot.
Wait, you mean that's? I was gonna say, you mean like that scene from like that famous scene from Star Trek where it's basically Luke Skywalker makes it with a Digimon for Babylon 5?
Hold on.
What?
Squiggums, no. Do you want to do this properly? Because you want to do this properly, though it's like the one.
Do it properly.
No, it's that wonderful scene wherein Luke Skywalker in Star Trek the original series, before what's his name, Bruce Boxleitner was playing a character in Voyager. Not him. We're definitely talking about Luke Skywalker in the original series. After he went and found the Ancients, and he got some stuff uploaded into his head, he went to go find a Vorlon who could touch him and really kind of free him from all of that, power there. So once he was freed from the touch of the Vorlons, he went and found a living ship and went off around in, I think it's called Over There Scape, Way Over There Scape. Just kind of kept going, doing that. Really, really an excellent series. And then all this in the course of an episode, ended with finding a character from, I believe it was Gundam, asking why God needed a starship. I want to say that was definitely the final portion there.
Okay. I'm sorry to interrupt, sort of thing, but I think that, not to throw shade, but I might have to negate your nerd card at this point.
What are you? What am I? Do I have the wrong show here?
I think
it's just a couple inaccuracies there.
But it's I know this clearly as well as I know sports. Wherein during the Super Bowl, or sorry, no, it's not Super Bowl. My bad. The Patriots and the Eagles were playing the World Series. No, the Patriots and the Eagles were playing the World Series, and they called in, another football team, the Mets, to get into a triple threat. And that was so that during the third quarter, they would make sure that somebody could get on all the bases so that they get a grand slam, which actually means you get to get a penalty kick.
About the hat trick.
No, which means you get a penalty kick through the fifth wicket. Thus scoring a slam dunk.
Is that when Vince McMahon used Pete Sampras to screw them over?
Yeah,
that actually sounds about right. I think that's what happened. Though this might have also been when the Looney Tunes got called in to defeat the aliens.
Oh, we got some people that are actually getting triggered by us.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to put together a horribly wrong sci-fi rant. I can do it with fantasy and I can do it with anime. Sci-fi's a little hard for me right now.
Jesus Christ, where the fuck is my gun?
Not here. Let's watch Leonard Nimoy.
a hobbit hole and everybody knows him. Bilbo, Bilbo Baggins.
Oh dear lord, this is actually a thing.
It's a thing. Yeah.
They're never in a hurry and they take things slow. They don't like to travel away from home. They just like to eat and be left alone. But one day Bilbo...
See, this is proof that people haven't been using their fame to do ridiculous fucking shit.
No, this is just that cocaine's a hell of a drug.
No.
Oh,
Well,
we're scaring this.
Some ass.
That choreography though.
Looks like they're all walking the dinosaur.
Keep going. It's my life force.
Okay, please stop. Please stop. Please.
Yeah, keep going. See? Random clothes just flying out everywhere behind this rock. You know there's an orgy going on back there.
I don't know, I think it was in the 60s or 70s. It was a weird time.
It was definitely 70s.
I think the real
Still
problem with
weird
the Hobbit
time.
movies is that this
Alright,
song wasn't
you
in
can
them.
stop it now.
Yes, please.
But yes, I do think the real
Yeah.
problem... Hold on for a
That
moment.
was...
Do you guys agree that the Hobbit movies would have been better if this were in it?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
No.
Definitely.
Oh, yes.
The Hobbit movies were such a fucking abomination. Nothing could have made them better.
Even there being
I
only
don't
one of them
know.
and not making it Peter Jackson's Battle Bonanza?
Yeah.
Well, I liked the animated movie. That was fun. When I was a kid.
That was fun. Speaking of which...
That was actually quite good. I remember watching that when I was a teenager. And I still enjoyed it.
I don't think I watched that.
Speaking of which, I
that's
actually
right.
strongly recommend that you guys check out a weird little animated movie called Wizards.
Yes! Wizards. I'm glad you changed your name, you son of a bitch!
Best line of the whole movie. That was a great
Absolutely.
movie. So I'm not really sure where to go from here. Jables, this is your segment. Do your thing.
Mitochondria is saying that Leonard Nimoy looks like Adam Sandler in that still.
He does.
Why did you say that?
They both hail from the land juice, so we're pretty much...
Why did you say that?
Well, we're never getting monetized regardless, so...
Oh, no.
No, I'm not talking about being monetized. It's just... No, why would you make me think of Leonard Nimoy and Adam Sandler in the same thought, ever? How dare you?
Well, I mean...
I'm hurting.
Okay, if we're a bit stuck, here's a question that you might all be able to answer. Ripped condoms. What's that all about? Because, I mean, it's not exactly that it goes... or anything like that, so why are they ribbed?
Ribbed? Oh, ribbed. For a second there, I thought you said ripped, and I was like, because he went too hard without enough lube and it tore. That's a thing.
Yeah, that's how you make babies.
You know, by accident. But yeah, no,
Yeah,
for the ribbed
babies?
ones, it just adds more texture and it changes things. It's like, would you rather have a
hold on, do
smooth
we-
rod inserted into you or a thick, veiny shaft, and then have all those veins just be parallel to each other?
You know,
What is this movement
not
you
being
speak of?
not being a woman, I can't tell the difference between a ribbed condom or another condom. Technically, they say it's for her pleasure. Who in the chat?
Well, they say it's ribbed
girls
for
in
her
the chat.
pleasure, but if you turn it inside out, does that mean it's ribbed for your pleasure?
Well, the vagina's kind of already ribbed for your pleasure.
Guys, don't do that. Do not try that. It's a bad plan.
What,
Yep.
pickle ribbed?
That too.
Unless you want to have kids.
Well, rub.
If you do that, make sure to give your lady some good punches in the stomach. That's for sure.
You lost me there. What's this about punches in the stomach? What are we doing?
Yeah, I'm lost as well.
No, if you flip the condom inside out, make sure to. Never mind.
Oh,
All right.
I get it. I get it. It's not making me laugh, but I get it. So
Yeah.
I'm just
Anyways,
gonna
do
leave this
we?
up here.
No, I'm pretty sure everybody in the chat is all male, so we can't get any female input on this. I wish Liviana could have joined us tonight.
Well, this is the internet, and you guys have heard me say it before, but welcome to the internet, where the men are, where the women are men, the men are 12-year-olds, and the 12-year-olds are FBI agents.
And the 12-year-olds are FBI agents.
Jeez, Squid, it's like I was already saying that, and you didn't need to say it at the same time. It just kind of made a shitty echo.
So what you're saying is no Bobs, no Vagine.
Yes, you cannot show Bob or Vagine not here. This is a Christian server.
Christian.
No. This is a Lunar Semitic server. Okay, get it right.
Were you trying to say that the lunatics are on the grass?
I'm saying that we're a bunch of moon Jews.
Get that reference, you're a legend.
Well, we're all just a bunch of humble lizard farmers here to make some humble lizard memes.
Actually, the means of meme production have slowed down somewhat on the old Lesser Saints.
Yeah,
we're gonna have to.
We had that good run with Gus posting for a while.
Yeah, we did.
I mean, I think all of us are just we haven't come up with a good meme. That's gonna be your homework for today, chat. Come up with a good meme.
All right, that's right. So. Yeah, because we need a meme of the week, and so far it's just been shit all week long.
Yep.
We haven't. Yeah. If you guys if you guys didn't notice, we didn't have meme of the week last week. So you guys need to step up your game.
It's strange that you say this because I was fairly certain that we never have done meme of the week. That's just that that was a scrap segment that was never going to happen.
Oh yeah,
we technically did it on the first show.
Well, that is just a shocking delusion. I think I'm pretty sure it's never happened.
About doing meme of the week, but the memes have just been shit. Yeah, we've never done meme of the week. That's right.
Yeah,
never ever.
And then porn of the week, no, never done that either.
That one's probably not going to go through.
No, we're way too classy for that. We'd never do something like that. That's never going to happen.
No,
definitely not going to happen next week. If people post good stuff and not safe for work. Definitely not. No way.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm asking Hannah personally to start posting in some better stuff. I mean, it's her prerogative to post any better content for that of the segment.
I'm not getting into that conversation.
Yeah, me neither.
Those were words.
I'm like running in the opposite direction, screaming silently.
Yeah, that's a good plan. I think I'll do that as well.
Mentioned Vanna, I just think to myself, maybe I do drink too much.
Ooh, actually, speaking of which, you guys keep talking. I have to get myself a drink.
I'm saving mine for the.
I'm sorry, guys. We have permission from Squigs to talk. I think we should exercise that. What a gracious and glorious overlord is he, granting us the permission.
Yeah, he thinks that this is his show. Oh.
Yeah, but apparently he's not very good at reach around, so...
Yeah, I don't want to get into that conversation. Long story short, Squigs interrupted a very good conversation.
Long story short, I don't think we want to talk about Squig's sex life.
I would even say it was a very productive conversation. If you want to learn about productive conversations, definitely check out our previous episode.
Actually, now is as good a time as any, so I think I'll mention this. For those of you in the Discord, and for those of you who... I know that's not everyone in the Discord, but please feel free to share this information and put it on public conversation, or in the public consciousness. I can do words. Long story short, if you have a problem in the Discord, use the @moderator function to get our attention. Please, it's useful.
Wait, that's a thing?
Yes, you can mention moderators. It's a role that you can mention. It's a good plan because we can't fix a problem if we don't know it exists. So tell us it exists.
Yeah.
Yes. Also,
don't tell me I'm not going to do anything.
Also, if you don't want to make your complaint public, feel free to direct message any of the moderators. I'm in the Discord all the fucking time, so feel free to message me, and then I'll pass the message along. We'll figure out a solution.
You say you're figuring out a final solution?
I wouldn't call it final.
But see, I mean, here's the issue that I have technically with Discord sort of thing, is that for some strange reason, everybody seems to be on their best behavior around me. Like, everybody who's got, like, say, bitching about an individual sort of thing, said individual never does any of the shit that people say that individual does when I'm in the channel.
I can explain this. I can explain this to you, Maxwell. It's because you are the dad of the server, not the daddy. The dad. You are like.
No, it's not that at all. It's just because he's British, and that voice lends an air of aristocracy and command, and you know, makes him sound very dignified, and everyone wants to act well.
I think what Waffle is trying to get at is, let's say you're a cunt, and nobody wants to fuck with you.
Hey now, he's not a Frenchman. Don't do that.
No, see, Waffle, what you're explaining is what you're saying is like, hey, you shouldn't say that, but he's Brit, so it's perfectly fine. Go away, you cunt.
No. I'm saying that because because why would we call him a Frenchman? That's awful.
Yeah. Do I look like a fucking cheese-eating surrender monkey, you cunt?
Well, I mean, they did take over the Isles during the 1100s and basically turn all of the English.
Hey, now those were Normans. That's different.
Yeah, that was way different. Like way different.
Yeah, I mean, how would you feel if an army of Willem Dafoes showed up and then told you that they could rule this city, Spider-Man?
I'd let him. Seems like a very aggressive lover, according to Boondock Saints.
Oh god.
30,000 years people have been having a crack at these Isles, and T Central still stands.
T Central?
Yeah.
I've never heard that term. Explain.
Okay,
oh, tea, as in the drink. Sorry, I thought you were at the letter. I'm like, what does the T stand for? Speaking of which, eternally a question I have when regarding Catholicism. Actually, you ever want to see someone get really pissed off? If you see him wearing a cross, ask them what the T stands for.
Oh god, that would probably get me excommunicated.
No, I mean, if you ever see anybody wearing a cross, hands and slap one underneath the other in quick rapid succession and ask them what that is, and when they say I don't know what, turn around and say Jesus trying to catch a marble.
Oh shit, that's a good one. I like that.
That's a good one.
No.
I think we've hit that point where almost everything that we've prepared is pretty much out, but also none of us are drunk enough to go on a proper drunken rant. And then on top of all that, I'm fucking sick and dying, so I don't want to talk at length the way I normally would. I don't know what to do. Chat, help us.
I don't know what.
Well, you know what? What we can do is we can say, Leslie Maxwell, Squid Games, anything you guys want to show?
Other than you guys and Brad Warcock, actually, no, there is a channel I would actually show. One would be besides you guys, because you guys are amazing. Kill me now, but there's a channel I would actually show is a channel called Easy Peasy, but known on Encyclopedia Dramatica as the Odd Guy. Yeah, a month ago he did an entire hour-long documentary on the rise and fall of Maddox, and it was a really interesting video to watch.
I'm familiar with Easy Peasy. He's done some interesting videos. The one that's queued up for me next is, if I remember correctly, Steven Universe is a garbage show made by terrible people for an awful fandom. Or some adjectives maybe a little mixed up there.
Yeah, no, it's that one. Speaking of Steven Universe, I don't know. I'm putting myself in an abusive relationship at that point.
I'm sorry, I don't have the context to understand what the hell you mean.
No, but
actually.
Oh, if we're going to talk about this, sorry. Now, my dear friend, Radical Centrist, you said 16-year-old shitposter. If it's who I think it is, she's 13, which makes it that much worse.
Oh, her. Yeah, okay. Now who the fuck you're on about? I'm like,
that one.
Yeah.
We could definitely show that. Hey, Rimshit, if you want me to talk about things I know nothing about, go ahead and shoot me a message or a chat or something telling me something I know nothing about, and I will talk about it. But not as long as I usually do, because my lungs will get
Actually,
out.
no. Can I show this beer I'm drinking? I'm going to show this beer. Yes.
Show the beer. That's fine.
So, okay. So to those that are above, those are legal drinking age. I got this nice beer from Yards Brewing Company from Philadelphia called Love Stout. It's a Valentine. It was a Valentine's special stout that they brewed, well, for Valentine's, and it's actually a really good stout.
So, what it sounds like you're telling me is that I should pick up this stout and
not drink it.
I can't do this, but in general, it seems like what one should do is pick this up, drink it, realize it was made for Valentine's, be brought to crushing awareness that they're single, and then sob into this stout while it tastes pretty good and makes it hurt a little bit less bad, but also makes it hurt really bad.
I don't know about you, but that's just a regular Tuesday for me.
Well, in that case, let's switch over to the video I've got queued up here, which is Brad Warcock telling us the real reason we're still single.
Yeah,
realize how much you loved not having kids.
Single isn't a Facebook status, it's a sign that you're not attractive enough to keep someone around. Before you accuse me, take a good look at yourself.
You're probably just jealous of my good looks.
You are like dishes. No one wants to do you.
Happiness is I
like that one.
Making sure others don't get what they want.
I believe the children of the future,
but I also believe the future is looking ugly.
Alright, so, you know, I take it back. Maybe we do have a meme of the week. I think Brad Warcock has been the meme of the week.
I was gonna go with fake Jaegers, because that was just
yeah, okay. A few people did get brought into laughing fits, which turned into coughing fits, which turned into desperately staring away from the screen before the next one showed up so that they wouldn't vomit fits. Because I and Y2K NW posted a whole lot of fourth string Jaegers. So this is in preparation for Pacific Rim 2, of course, which I'm very excited for because I love seeing giant robots punch giant monsters with a plot that just kind of barely excuses everything.
The last time, when I saw the first Pacific Rim, it had recently come out, and I was working on a farm of sorts in California. It was the first time I got to see a movie the entire time I was there. It was beautiful. So good.
As for some of these fourth string Jaegers, we had a few, namely the three from Batman City, the Cannon, the Genuflectionator, and Holy Diver. Can't forget that. We also had the Jaeger from Louisiana, Donkey Punch Gumbo. We also
I gotta say the Israel is probably my favorite.
There were two phenomenal Israel ones. I forget what the
I would have said my favorite.
Well,
my favorite of all time was Israel was Gefilte Fish. Gefilte Fist.
Gefilte Fist, yes.
The fist.
Say it right. I'm trying to think of some of the other really good ones. We had Pandemic Puncher from Madagascar. Anyone who played the Flash game Pandemic, you know what we're talking about.
Oh, God. Let's see.
Yeah, in general, there were just some utterly lovely ones. I think there might have been a Japanese one called Harakiri.
Yeah, there was Harakiri.
There was also Benihana. I'd have to look them up, but they were absolutely lovely. The one that kicked everything off with this was when somebody mentioned Saskatchewan Pirate, and I insisted that was definitely a Canadian Jaeger, having forgotten that it was a song. And when someone challenged me on this, I had to go find the Jaeger in question.
No, but I found Dave Rubin's personal Jaeger.
Guys.
There we go. There's also
don't claim that. I found that.
I know. I didn't say. I said I was looking for it, and I found it.
Actually, there is a channel I'd like to show, sort of thing. It's not the normal kind of, I suppose, style sort of thing, but it is a channel that I've been subscribed to for quite some time now, and I enjoy it immensely. Type into your search Hengens on YouTube. Rose Ellen Dix.
Here,
Hengens.
Go into my circle. Type in Rose Helen Dix. We'll see a little excerpt from him. Waffle, don't you have?
I have the my circle link up. I can't. I typed in things. I don't see what you're looking for.
Send him. Well, Max,
just type it into the my circle chat. Then I'll be able to find it.
That also reminds me. There's a channel that I've shilled multiple times, and I want to give some pinkies out to this person, Beer Adventure Diaries. Go ahead and go subscribe. She probably won't be making any more videos reviewing beers as a person that doesn't like drinking beer because she's currently going through some health issues. So pinky's up to everybody on that one.
Pinky's up.
Yeah, actually, no.
Pinky's up in the chat. Come on, we need some.
I've watched a few of her videos.
First, I have to pay respects because she won't be able. She probably won't be able to make videos anymore.
First video. Sorry, this one here is the first video, I believe, in the Beer Adventure Diaries. Is that right? Is that her?
Yep.
Yeah. So
yep,
anyone who hasn't gone to check this out, check it out. Apparently, she's fantastic. I just have not had the time to really get into it. As Max works on sending me a link to the thing he does, I'm going to pull up the channel I would like to send.
Hang on.
Get on the work.
Yeah, I like the channel because this was.
Oh, I don't need a link. I can go find that.
Yeah, this is somebody that this whole channel is going to be devoted to her finding the beer for her. She doesn't like beer, so she was just going through every episode, just reviewing different types of beer to try to find the right beer for her. Because as most beer lovers know, if somebody doesn't like beer, it's because they haven't found the right one. And she was going to document her whole journey. But she's going to.
I'm gonna say by the way of her appearance, I'm gonna guess she's probably more of a ale type of person, not that one close to a stout.
She definitely would like a really good blonde ale, but she's been trying it. She's tried all sorts
all right,
of shit.
so Jables, because I know that you've showed you showed Beer Diaries or Beer Adventure Diaries at least twice before on other streams. I'm going to want to jump past this a bit. Unfortunately, Max, your person here, Rose Ellen Dix, I can't see any videos of hers that are shorter than 10 minutes.
No, I mean, it wasn't something that, you feature on National Monster Circle. I'm just saying, sort of thing. They're an extraordinarily cute couple. I've been subscribed to them for a couple of years, and it's a fluff channel, but it's a funny fluff channel.
Lovely. So right here we've got these two. They're up in the My Circle. Most of the videos seems to have them in the thumbnails, so you'll probably be able to recognize them. Check it out. See if what Max says is true. I fully believe it. But it's worth noting that is ROSE, like the flower, Ellen, like the name, and then DIX, not what you were thinking.
Yeah. I was gonna say.
I mean, either go Rose, Ellen Dix, or go Rose and Rosie, and you'll get the same result.
So
last time I see a lesbian relationship.
The channel I'm going to pull up here is one I've been rather fond of lately. And this image, this image here is going to be the one that you're going to see here. The channel in question is called Cloak and Dagger, and this guy does readings of those sort of 4chan traditional gaming, 4chan traditional gaming green text stories. So a lot of people go on 4chan onto the traditional gaming forum there and start just posting these stories about times they've played D&D, times they've played Dark Heresy, times they've played whatever. And they're fun stories. This guy decided to go ahead, grab a pretty decent mic, read out the stories, and post them to YouTube. He's
the old Guardsman party.
Yes. Yes, Squigs, please, let me continue. Thank you. The longest series he has on his channel would be the All Guardsman Party, which is a story of a Dark Heresy game set in the Warhammer 40k universe, featuring all Imperial Guardsmen, which is it's fun. It's worth a listen, at least if you haven't seen it. But many of his videos are one shots, and regardless, they're very pleasant to just put on in the background while you're doing something else, and they tend to make me laugh very hard. I just wanted to show the channel because he's got, I think, 1,200 subscribers. And he deserves more than that. I think all of his videos get more than that regularly, but worth checking out. That's my shill for the week.
What was his name again, Muffle?
Cloak and Dagger.
Cloak and Dagger. Okay.
It's I haven't been keeping up that much with the All Guardsman party, but it's just
Cloak and Dagger. Yeah, that was a good movie. That I saw when I was a kid.
Well, Cloak and Dagger, I don't know if you guys got them across the pond, but over here they were like a mini-series of books, sort of thing, that were kind of kiddie detective-fied sort of thing.
Yeah, there was a movie made out of it that I remember seeing as a kid. I don't remember it so much anymore.
I mean, there was a mini-series cartoon made out of them, which didn't do too well, sort of thing. But I remember the books were really popular in my school.
I was gonna say, the mini cartoon, is it like, how bad is it? Is it like Star Wars Christmas special bad, or?
I never actually watched the cartoon. I read the books, but I never actually watched the cartoon, sort of thing, because it was on the same time as Danger Mouse, so fuck that.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I mean,
what I saw was a live-action movie.
There was a live-action movie called Cloak and Dagger. I don't know if it was made out of the books or not.
Predicated on the books? I don't know.
I remember kids being involved, and I remember there were cloaks and there were daggers.
That seems like it would be kind of a... Yeah, it seems like it would kind of be necessary, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Well, you can wear a cloak without a dagger. You can have a dagger without a cloak. But then again, you just look like an idiot wearing a cloak, or a madman wearing having a dagger.
That's not how that works at all.
I don't know.
No, it's not.
Well, it was the Cloak and Daggers wasn't actually about like the actual like cloaks and daggers sort of thing. A criminal organization called Cloaks sort of thing, and basically the menschlings of said organization were called daggers.
I have never heard of this, but it sounds fun. The Cloak and Dagger thing I think of was the two sort of bit characters from Marvel Comics that were, if I remember correctly, Spider-Man villains very briefly, and then they kind of spun off to their own thing and showed up in a bunch of different little things, but they were sort of anti-hero, anti-villain characters kind of doing their own thing, sometimes on the good side, sometimes on the bad side. But they were... The way their powers ended up working is that they each kind of needed each other to survive, and one of them, his powers were based on a cloak, and the other one made, like, these light daggers. So they ended up just being able to do it. They were kind of interesting. They were fun.
Yeah, I remember them. They are a fun read, but not as fun as that.
You know, speaking of cartoons, can we just bitch for a second about how Jeff Holiday accepted super chats to watch anime with us on Tuesday and never fucking showed up?
I thought that was it. I thought that was this Tuesday.
Oh, well, if it's this Tuesday, wonderful. But Jeff, remember, the super chats have been paid. We need to corrupt you. We need to show you. We need to show you all the weeb shit.
Something that happened to happen that he had to go to that he couldn't avoid, sort of thing, so he'd have to do it this week. I'm pretty sure there was something like that.
Well, if that is the case, Jeff, we are so ready for you, and you are going to pay your debt with interest.
Oh, God.
Oh, yes.
That's gotta be
But I do have a link to Harmageddon, so we'll make sure that gets in there.
Absolutely. And I'll find some links for Trigun, which I know Jeff likes. So.
No, but it's supposed to show shows that he doesn't know about, like,
Yes, but, you know, you gotta splice some stuff that he'll actually like.
You gotta ease it in there, you know. You gotta prepare. You gotta kind of maybe, you know, you just don't go the full fist. You go maybe a couple fingers first, loosen things up, use plenty of lube. In this case, Trigun's the lube.
Yeah, get him into the anime mood, and then
I don't know. I like to live by the words of Count Dankula. You better not pout. You better not cry. You better bite the pillow, because I'm going in dry.
Well, with those words of wisdom, I'm perfectly happy. Hold on, I'm perfectly happy closing the stream here because it is what, half an hour before the Saints start.
Yes. All right. So, well, thank you, Squigs. Thank you, Maxwell, for joining us.
No problem. And guys,
thank you, Waffle, for being the production guy and being pretty much the voice. We have been your Lesser Saints of Discord. We love all of you, and we have a very niche audience. Be sure to check out the
I must say, I would like us to have a much larger pool of guests to draw on, but this week we were a bit unprepared and no one came forward. So, if you want to be a guest on the Lesser Saints of Discord podcast, please come out of the woodwork, message us, let us know. If you have someone that you want to be featured on there, maybe someone who isn't getting in the midweek, go ahead and message us and let us know, because we will try to get them in there if we remember, if we're on time, if schedules work out, and if we feel like it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're gonna have to put up with me and fucking Squigs again, so there.
Yeah, and I'm being a terrible host right now. I don't know.
You're not a host, Squigs, you're a guest. There's a difference.
You're a correspondent at best.
Yeah, true.
And also, if you guys have interesting news stories, be sure to message us about those. We have been your Lesser Saints of Discord. Be sure to check out the YouTube Saints because we are their pre-show. They start in about half an hour. That's with Jeff Holiday and Nick Goroff. So be sure to check them out on the YouTube Saints channel. And send them super chats. Send them love.
Streamlabs. Don't worry. Send them Streamlabs if you don't want some of your money getting taken by Google, because Google, like Disney, is a dark force on the land. To close this out quickly, I'm going to say, Max, say goodbye.
Bye.
Squiggums, say goodbye.
Hello.
Jables, say goodbye.
Nah.
All right, and then for the last bit here, Rimshi, I did get that message. I'm sorry I didn't explain why apparently Hitler inspired Star Trek, but tell you what, next week we'll open with that. With that, I bid you adieu. Good night, everybody. It's been real.
Good night.
You should know that a man with the power of nature can bring you to the end of your life. And you should know by my smile and the look in my eyes that you are about to be massively forced to give up. Chicken attack, chicken attack. Watch your back before it fades to black. C'est my love pound, laisse pas t'aimer que mon chicken ass. Go chicken go, go chicken go. Now gonna fly, you on the sky. With the power of nature, you are never alone, and you can't live alone, man. Every beast, every tree follows me to the end, and you're about to be massively fucked. Chicken attack, chicken attack. Watch your back before it fades to black. C'est my love pound, laisse pas t'aimer que mon chicken ass. Go chicken go. You are hungry, perhaps your money. I give you this chicken today. It's eggs for your dinner, it's legs for next winter. You won't have to steal again.
なんて慈悲深い方だ。あなたすべての動物を操らなんですか。
すべての動物が操れるけど、鶏が一番なんだ。
助けて、助けて。僕の兄が富士見で銀行強盗に巻き込まれたんです。
大丈夫だ。心配するな。Go chicken go, go chicken go, now gonna fly, you on the sky. Chicken attack, chicken attack.